So it is a nice chilly morning, and I decided to go without sleeves today. I don't know if that was a good idea or a bad idea. And I just realized I don't have a hat in here, and I need a hat because my hair looks like shit. So, not much better. So, can't go to the gym having a bad hair day. So we are on the move today. A little bit of a rush because I have physical therapy at 9. So I want to see if I can get my workout in. Now, I went through last night and I revamped my workout. Change it, make the intensity a little bit more focused. So we'll see how that works out for us. But today we are moving into the M of our SMART goals, measurable. I don't think I really should have to explain that to anybody. Measurable means you can measure the results. If you say, I want to lose 25 pounds of fat by January 1st. How do you measure that? Simple. Get on a scale. Well, I won't say it's that simple. You get on a scale, you can lose 25 pounds, but some of that may be water, some of that may be muscle. You can say, all right, 25 pounds of fat. How do you do that? You can get one of those scales that measure your body mass. You can get a DEXA scan. You can use fat calipers. Doing math, but you can tell, you can measure that. Say I want to add 2 inches to my arms. You can do that by using a tape measure. It's still pretty good. This is like pure juice. I've been throwing my what's that called? Pre-workout in it to kill 2 birds, 1 stone, pretty much. Gives me a little bit of fuel for the workout. And I've also been making protein smoothies with it. Oh, so good. But anyway, like I was saying, so you need to be able to measure them. If you just say, I want to lose weight and gain muscle, how are you going to measure that? Because you don't have any clear goals. So you need to make sure that whether it's a weight loss, I want to run a marathon. That's easy to measure because you're like, okay, every week I run a little bit further. Every week I run another 2 miles. So eventually you're running 26.2 miles. You can measure your goal. It's easy. You don't want to have something very generic where I want to be able to run. Maybe that's not, I want to have better looking toenails. I don't know, stuff like that. But you want to be able to measure your goal. You want to have a starting point. You want to have an ending point. You want to have a way to figure out how to keep track of that. You can put it in a calendar. You can put it in an app. You can put it in a piece of paper. However, just to get things going. So, and see, now we're in construction. And we're stuck in the middle of the road because I can't even get to the corner where I can turn. So, but we'll go and do a little bit more measuring when we get into the gym. So I'm wearing, I know this may not be much to many, but I'm wearing a stringer t-shirt because I've had troubles, being comfortable in my body, and I really never wore sleeveless shirts. I would have trouble taking off my shirt at the pool, at the beach, So it's a little bit of a goal. It's a measurable, attainable goal for me to feel more comfortable in my body because I can measure that. I'm going to the gym in a shirt that previously I haven't been comfortable with. So yeah, mission accomplished or getting there. The bad hair day, that's never ever a goal. I didn't shave. I'm not worried about it. And is what it is. So, hi, how's it going? She's kind of cute. But yeah, so I'm going to stop talking. Like I said, I'm running a little bit late, so we're going to be on it. We've brought down our exercise a little bit. We're still doing 10 sets, but we're focusing a little bit more on weight than we are reps. And what I mean by that is that I've stopped doing my drop sets. So I'm doing 20 reps, but for the same exercises, 2 different ways. So, we're keeping the flies and the bench press. Well, today's the lat and triceps. So we're going to do the lat pull downs in the rows still, but I want to do 8 of the lat pull downs. I want to do 12 of the rows, heavier on the weight. And then when we go into biceps, I'm going to do 8 of the standard preacher curls and 12 of the hammer preacher curls, and so on and so forth. And I did throw a couple extra exercises in there just to make sure that I'm doing well rounded. With the back, I added pull-ups because I really liked the gains I was making with the pull-ups. How it really started impacting my lats and my upper back. So I'm going to keep those going. But I'm doing those with unassisted. I'm doing 3, I think sets of 3, and then with assisted, I'm going to be doing 12. So yeah, so a couple variations on the pull-ups and getting things done. So that's all I got. Jesus, I've been talking to you guys for 6 minutes. I am so sorry. I'll see you in the gym. So another great metrics to be able to measure is just by weight. So progressive overload, you're hitting new weights every week or new reps every week, so you can measure your progress. And it's really good if you start by putting the proper amount of weight on, so you don't just fucking almost fall out of the bench. So gonna be a good day. It's always nice when you hit your PR, and PR is basically just your measurable amount of your goals. So if you just say you want to get stronger, that doesn't really do much. Progressive overload is an absolutely fantastic way to measure your progress, because each week you're adding 5 pounds or adding a rep. And the great thing is you hit that where you can't hit all your reps, you can keep it the same. Make sure you don't go to failure next time. And the great thing about using an app is that I use Gymaholic, and you can just easily, at the end of your workout, that's Frank, he's amazing. At the end of the workout, you can just hit add 5 pounds. Automatically add 5 pounds all through the way. Sometimes I don't I'm going to add 5 pounds to the rows next week, but I'm not going to add 5 pounds to the lat pull downs. Just trying to finish out those lat pull downs, complete the set. But it's an easy way to track and measure your progress.
But the most important thing about having measurable goals is the key word there, measuring. So just make sure, like I said, with an app, with piece of paper, notepad, whatever. Even if you do it mentally, just make sure you can track it so you can measure your progress, measure your goal. If you can say, if your goal is to, I want to gain strength, that's great, but there's no way to really measure that because you can gain strength in your biceps, you can gain triceps, chest, back, legs, whatever. I want to get, I want to be able to squat 225 pounds. I want to be able to squat 450 pounds. I want to be able to deadlift 500. I want to, give yourself measurements and metrics that allow you to focus and figure out how much you actually want to weigh and how you can track and measure that progress. So don't set a goal with no way to follow it. I mean, it's kind of like if you want to say, I want to drive my car 1,000 miles, but you don't have a speedometer, you don't have a map or an odometer, you don't have a map, so you have no idea how fucking far you go. So you don't know when to stop when you're close or when you've exceeded your goal. So All right, so I had to move because the fucking Marines showed up and they're like just making me look like shit. So, I think I've talked enough about uh, measuring. And there's just find a way to track, find a way to measure your goals. Make sure you have a way to tell what you've accomplished so far in your goal, whether it's short term, long term. I mean, you can use short term goals to measure your long term goals. You want to have a max bench press of 225. Okay, so your short term goals is I want to bench 135, I want to bench 185, 195. Once you hit those, you can measure that you're making that progress to your long term goal. So there's ways to measure. Just make sure you're measuring so that way you can see where you're ending up on your goals, whether you're accomplishing them, falling short, or exceeding them. Fuck. This video may be about measuring your SMART goals, but it's kicking my ass. Record yourself. I know that a lot of people are like, oh, I don't want to record myself in the gym, whatever. Recording is a great way, one, to track your progress, to check your form, to see and to keep yourself honest. That's why I started doing this. I'm having a little bit of fun with it now. You got to do other things. But recording is another great way to measure your progress. All right, pull-ups are one of those that are the great equalizer. You don't see my head. But these are all something I've struggled with. Got better when I was doing one of my challenges. Didn't even make it halfway through the year on the challenge. Am I going to do the challenge again? I don't know. But I want to start incorporating these back in my workout to get better at them. So these are one of those things. So I'm doing 5 sets of 3. If I can get 5 sets with 3 without kipping, without killing myself, then I'll move forward on increasing the reps. And as I got everything set up, I realized there was a fucking bench in my way. So let's see how these work out. so far so good. Let's see if we can keep this going. Assisted pull-ups are next, and I'm doing neutral grip on these to work back in a little bit different way. But I'm keeping a decent amount of assistance on these so I can try to get 12. Pretty easy. We're going to maintain those throughout though, and then next week we'll decrease the weight. It's always great getting towards the end. That was going good for a while, time-wise. Getting towards the end. Got to leave here pretty soon. But Wayne came in and started talking to him. First twist, and we're out of here.
Two, one,
I'm going to do 4 more sets of this and we're getting out of here. So I'm glad that I checked that out because I hit the wrong button, about to record in slow-mo, and that would not be a good thing because then this whole beautiful fucking workout I had would be shit. So, but great workout. Was able to see my progress, track my progress, and that's why you want to measure because last week I was at 175. I hit those pretty easily, so we'll jump that up. So keep track, measure. That's why you should always track your workouts so you can measure your progress. Measure how close you're getting towards your accomplishing your goals. But great day in the gym. Changed my workout just a little bit. It was about time. Keep things fresh. Went a little bit heavier, harder, less rest in between. It only took me about an hour. What's up, Bob? How you doing? So it took me just a little over an hour. So thank you. I'm able to walk again, so I'm taking that for a win. But Bob, the old security guard from the gym, and yeah, keep moving forward, making progress. Getting better, 1% better every day. 5% better every day. Who knows? And keep moving forward. So I got to get on to physical therapy now. I got to get to physical therapy, work on my legs for a little bit. I had to chill there for a second because the radio came on and I don't want any copyright infringements. God knows I got enough of those. And since I had the day off today, I got a lot of work to do, like personal stuff. But I'm going to get caught up on posting videos, the long form videos. I've been slacking on those a little bit. Just trying to get so much work done. I love it when people don't know how to turn a corner and they like cut. I should have just kept going up on that dude. Ugh. Trying to be nicer in my old age. I don't know. But a lot going on. So I've been shirking my responsibilities, not getting my long form up as much. So I want to get better at that. Keep going on that. Most of these videos are going to be like 2 weeks old by the time you see them anyway, by the time I get done editing. getting the, doing all the shit that I need to do. And it's not, I do it all by myself. I don't have anybody that helps me. I don't have a camera guy. I just do this. I do this for fun because I like using it. And it started out as a metric. It was a way for me to track my progress. So I'm starting to repeat myself, I guess. And I'm sure you're bored already. So make sure you like and subscribe. Hit the follow button. Hit the thumb and the bell and the things with the stuff and the doodads. And I'll see you guys next week. There's no place to park in here. All right. I'll check you guys later.